Baby, I see what's on your mind. I see you try to find another life for me. And when I ask about it, when I ask, you're hiding from me. Confusing thoughts and listening. I see our love was just a fantasy for me. You play me like nobody. You are everything for me. You shot me so damn. You shot me, then you got me from that down. I see the satisfaction in your eyes. I love you and I trust you so well. So high, oh high, oh high. You shot me so damn. You shot me, then you got me from that down. I see the satisfaction in your eyes. I love you and I trust you so well. So high, oh high, oh high. Another phase, no sympathy from me. You turn me to your enemy. I see, I wanna talk about it. I don't have no reason to believe you. Confusing thoughts and mystery. I see, our love was just a fantasy for me. You play me like nobody. You are everything for me. You shot me so damn. You shot me, then you got me from that down. I see the satisfaction in your eyes. I love you and I trust you so well. So high, oh high, oh high. You shot me so damn. You shot me, then you got me from that down. I see the satisfaction in your eyes. I love you and I trust you so well. So high, oh high, oh high.
The games you played were never fun. You'd say you'd stay, but then you'd run. I'm home alone, you got no sweat. You'd say you'd stay, but then you'd run. Giving you what you're begging for, giving you what you're saying. I don't want any status for it, just want you to set me free. Giving you what you're begging for, giving you what you're saying.
Yeah, check that good.
Makes you sure you let me forget about it. When you walk out the door, leave me torn, teaching me to live without it. I'm so I'm home alone, you got no sweat. I hope you don't think that shit's fair. Giving you what you want and more, giving you every piece of me. I don't want if I can't afford. I just want you to love for free. Can't you see that I'm getting more? Giving you every piece of me, 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 piece of me.
picture hanging on the wall. It's the way it's meant to be. Only dreaming that you're missing me. I'm waiting here at home. I'll be crazy now you're gone. The memory stays in my heart. Without my Anna, it will break apart. It won't kill, it never fade away. I can think about you every day. Now you're gone. I realize my love for you was strong, and I
Say g'day to an epic Aussie adventure.
Welcome on board.
Hop on a Qantas flight to Australia and explore over 65 amazing destinations. There's timeless stories, little mates waiting to meet you, and places to fall in love with around every bend. From way up here to way down under. Start your Aussie adventure with Qantas and we'll make sure it's the trip of a lifetime.
So what are you waiting for? Come and say g'day.
And I miss you here, now you're gone. I keep waiting here by the phone. With your picture
Yes, that is so bad. Yes, I'm over it. Just hit I don't fancy her, so.
And I miss you here, now you're gone. I keep waiting here by the phone. With your pictures hanging.
What? Yes, lads, we've got people in chat already. Love to see it. Apologies for the watermark across the front. I'm not Mr. Moneybags just yet and can't afford to pay for my editing software. Sorry lads, I accidentally restarted it by accident, so anyone that was late, let's start it again. I'm still learning. That's very loud, I need to sort that out. Turn. 1, 2, 1, 2. That should be better there. Sometimes I wish I was a DJ.
I wish I had fucking. I have got hair, mate, but it's running away from me.
Oh, shit. What is it running
Hey,
forward, back?
Hypers.
There you go.
Mate. Did you get that invite, yeah? Alright. It lied.
Bastards, yeah. Recognise your voice. I've listened to it like many, many times.
Oh,
It's actually quite hilarious, actually.
This league me Macy, Macy the other night. They had the intro to their stream and it was unbelievable. I have to get it and send it to you. You will love it. The intro, where?
Oh, have you
It's
seen what
just-
Hypers is doing at the minute though, Mark, with
Oh
the
yeah.
highlights?
Alright, there you go. I'm looking. Oh, that's decent.
Let's pop on and have a quick look.
Yeah, make sure you switch to spectator there as well.
I can hear myself through the stream.
It's a bit of a driver's
Yeah, we're all in the stream.
yeah.
I think you all got a nice listen of that party just then. What's she saying? He didn't pick me off the tower while he was messing around with a bicycle. Shocking behaviour. Good lord. I was going forward. Oh, okay, have I turned the mic down too much? Okay, good idea that I sort all this out now before. Let's bolt that up a little bit. And now you can hear me! So not long now till we get going for Spain F2 this week. Obviously on screen we're seeing the this is the feature race. It's IT getting around UE. Yeah, so music, Bullet Beard, I literally just go and steal a royalty-free drum and bass mix off YouTube. I don't curate this. But I did have on the screen before the driver's stand-ins. But what we'll have a look at is I'll have a show you them whilst whilst the one-shot quali's happening, because it's hard to watch one-shot quali. So we'll jump into the race when we know what's going on once one-shot quali's over. I can't actually see the lobby at the moment because I can only have one screen open at a time. So if someone in the chat can let me know when the lobby goes live, that'd be fantastic. Then I can turn off the highlights and get going with the stream. Benster going past the Red Bull livery car, the perfect Paulie there on the stream at the moment. Benster coming up tops last week, chasing down Icy on the one but last lap to take the lead and the win around the twisty roller coaster track that is Portimao. Can he repeat this week? I didn't see him in the lobby just then, so I don't know if he's going to be racing. So might have given us a chance. But here it is, that said move on the last lap of the race, or on the last pass of the check. Words not coming out of my mouth. But I think for Benson last week, it probably couldn't have gone any better for him. Driver of the day in both races, winner in both races. Readying up now, fantastic. So as we do see the final lap, we'll just see Icy trying to tack back on Benster. It's not going to happen. Benster's going to hold the inside line on those softer tyres and drive off into the distance to take that win. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the game all set up and ready to go now. So I'll be stopping this and getting the... We'll just have a quick look at the standings there, whilst the drivers get ready, put their setups on, and get ready to go out for their one-shot qualifying. Like I said, we're at Spain this weekend, so we're expecting a lot of close racing at Spain, a track that a lot of people will know very well. Obviously, it's a pre-season testing track, notoriously hard to overtake in the Formula 1 cars, but that is slightly different in the F2 cars, obviously all on the same power. Same engine, same chassis, so you find that the racing's a lot closer. But we have Benster leading the charge at the moment in the Formula 2 standings, 76 points. His lead over Deathwing is not 76 points. His lead over Deathwing is 24 points. So obviously a big gap there. But if Benster's not in the race today, it will give Deathwing a chance to claw some back some of those points. Icy with a good performance last week, finished P2 in the feature race on 35 points. Perfect Paulie also on the podium last week in the feature race on 33 points. He's got a good opportunity to push those top boys. And hopefully we'll see that Perfect Paulie turn to OWR Perfect Paulie, so we have a nice little thing at the top. I like it when we need to get UE and MG up there so we can have OWR boys all stacked at the top. But in the constructors standings, we're looking at Campos Racing leading the constructors with ART following behind on 43, and then a closer battle between third and fourth with Carling and MP Motorsport, the high-tech Grand Prix team with 18 points, Dams and Uni Virtuosi on 18, also Trident closely behind on 17, and Van Amersfoort Racing on 15. Charoux Racing Systems and Prima Racing, no points on the board yet, but they're hoping to change that today. So we are going to get going with the stream now. We'll jump back into the session, so I'm going to need to actually start streaming again from the Xbox. So you should see in just a second the stream pop up. So I do not have visibility now on chat, actually. Oh, I don't have visibility on chat. I can. Whilst they're doing this one-shot quality, I said we would skip it out, but I'm on board here with Louis Bolton. In the Van Amersfoort Racing car. It's coming round the final few corners. It looks like he's coming down into the newly reprofiled turn 10. Very difficult corner, really easy to lose traction. As you can see, he almost does there, but about halfway down on the accelerator around this corner into the tricky chicane section, which will be removed next year. From the Formula 1 and Formula 2 calendars. They'll be making that into a long right-hander to promote overtaking. But that VAR car looking quick through the final sector. He's going to come across the line and he's going to stay P5. That's a fantastic time there from Louis Bolton. And a good position to be starting the feature race from. I'm still not entirely sure on how the whole thing works. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. I'm just trying to find the... I've got a cable dangling around somewhere. Why am I like... Echo, lights on. There's a cable somewhere. I need to plug it into my TV so that I can see the chat. Otherwise, I do not know what people are saying, and it'll be very lonely for me to not speak with anybody for this whole time. So... Oh! TV on. Xbox still on. But let's have a quick look at that one-shot qualifying result. Oh, the TR is doing weird shit. It's gone sideways, and I don't know why it's gone sideways. Oh, what is going on? I don't know if it's gone sideways for everyone else. My screen orientations. Oh, no. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, it looks like it's a wet sprint. I don't know if everyone's seeing a sideways screen like I'm seeing, because it's slightly off-putting. Okay, yes, stream has gone extremely weird. Let me try and... I'll get it back, guys. I'll get it back. Don't you worry. So... I'm sorry. It's coming back. I'll get it back. How do I do this? So the screen's gonna go pretty clear for a second while. I'm gonna have to restart the Xbox app real quick. And work out why the screen's gone sideways. And then I will get the game going back again, and hopefully we'll get the start there for you guys. Portrait, no, we want landscape. That's why. Give me landscape back. Thank you. That's all right. And then I need to open my streamer on here. Open that. Get the stream going again. Okay, so I think we will be getting just about round to the start of the sprint race here. It looks like we're back. Stream looks all right. I've got no sound. Sound's back. Okay, brilliant. So if anyone in chat can let me know what the quality's looking like, making sure everything's okay. In the Formula 2, obviously they only have the wet tyre, so no intermediate tyre, so no in between. So they will be on the full wets. Depending on what the weather looks like going forward, we might find they stay on full wets, or they might be moving to that medium or soft tyre towards the end of the sprint race. Sprint race is going to be 13 laps around the Circuit de Barcelona. No. Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. That is it, yeah. Is it still squished vertically now, Bullet? Because it looks fine on the stream. No, I just don't know what I don't know if it's still good quality or if the quality's gone a bit dead. But here we go. We are going to be getting ready for the start of this race. And we are off. It looks like a slow start from the back. We've jumped on board with Harrence, who's going to be leading them off the line. He gets a mega start as we drop back and see the cars coming down into turn 1. It's not giving us a great camera angle for this. We're not even going to see the action in turn 1. Then we're going to turn 1. And they're all staying nice and clean. Too wide most of the way back through the pack there. And it looks like everyone is through nice and clean and safe. And we will bring the board back up there and have a look, see what's going on. So a few gainers there. Louis Bolton's gained 3 off the start, up into 3rd place in the Van Amersfoort racing car. Obviously no points on the board for them this year, but hopefully he's wanted to put some on for them. As we filter back down the field, like I said, this is a well-known track. Everyone's going to understand their racing lines and know where they can and can't push the car. But obviously the changeable conditions here is going to make it extremely difficult, especially off the dry racing line that will soon start to appear. Still very clean from everybody. I thought we were going to have a full grid tonight, but I can see only 16. I know the Arsenal game's on right now, and I assume that's stopping a lot of people. Oh, that's a very good point. What is the Arsenal score? If anyone can let me know what that is, I will be eternally grateful. Unless City are winning, then I don't want to know. Oh, and I've jumped on board with Deathwing there, and he's touched the back of Fletch, and Fletch is going to be round. I think that will possibly be clipped. I think I've jumped on board the perfect time there to catch that incident. Other than that, everyone else is staying nice and clear. But the weather does not look like it's holding up. It's going to be staying wet for this entire race. Fletch obviously they're being hit in the back by Deathwing's only lost 2 places and is back on the racing line and hunting down Mark ahead of him. He's going to try and use that slipstream. There's going to be no DRS in the wet conditions. Too dangerous. Court say race control. Actually, as we see, Centurion goes past Louis Bolton up ahead. But we're still more with Fletch. He's going to go up the inside. Wet on the inside line. He's going to look like he's get past. But Mark's going to hold his line. He's going to have to take to the runoff and over the curb. And he's going to lose a lot of time on that. And Fletch will take the position. Oh, there's someone slow on the racing line there. But it looks like they dodged it. That was Louis Bolton going slow. And Louis Bolton looks like he's had an issue. That could be a spin, but now we've got Deathwing up the inside of Icy. They're going to go wheel to wheel, down into the left-hander, so Icy will have the inside line, but he has got the Virtuosi car ahead of him of Carrera, and it looks like he's been tapped in the back by Deathwing again. Deathwing causing more carnage in the pack, as there is another slight contact. Now looks like Fletch is going to get past Deathwing, so he needs to be careful not to get a touch on the back from Deathwing like he did before. We jump on board with Deathwing as we come up into what would usually be the DRS zone. Or the second DRS zone. Technically the first DRS zone, because the second one would be classed as... Oh, and there's 3 wide ahead. And it's Carrera going slow. And Icy and Fletch are going to drive past Deathwing, on board with Deathwing as we watch this. And it looks like round the outside. Tries Carrera. Mark's on the inside. God, there's people everywhere. Let's have a look from the TV cameras here. It looks like Emprace just left the session. I assume he will be able to get back in himself. If not, I can try and send him an invite. But... I'm sure the lobby is open for him to do that. As we see the battle now, look at that battle behind. So many, like a gaggle of cars there. Someone going slow in the chicane. It looked like Man Machine, but he's managed to get moving again. As they're all really tight. We said that it's a difficult track to overtake in a Formula 1 car, but in a Formula 2 car, this is completely different. As we see Praise now, is he going to look up the inside of Carrera? He's going to think better of it this time and probably wait for the next lap until it gets a little bit drier. But that's Shaney trying to throw one around the outside. Not successful though. Closest couple battles on track does look like Fletch is on the back of Icy. This van, obviously, I've said obviously about 1 billion times. I apologise for all the times I say obviously. But up at the top, we haven't really looked here a little yet. Harrence, I've not seen Harrence before in a lobby, but doing well at the moment in the lead by about 9/10 to last week. Podium sitter Perfect Paulie, who is chasing him down. Did it again. But it's starting to spread out a little bit now. The battle between from 6th downwards is all still within a second. So you look at this from the TV camera, it's just a trail of cars. Usually they would have the DRS assistance through the 2 sections of track here at Spain, but they're not going to have that opportunity this time out. Why is chat paused? Oh, Harrence gets the fastest lap there on his wets. A 1:39. Oh, and there's someone off there. Is that Mark going around the outside of Louis Bolton? It looks like it is. He's going to get the drive out of the corner, and Louis Bolton's squiggling about on the line, but it looks like Louis Bolton's going to get past and is going to keep that position into turn 1. The big gainers off the start. Fletch gains 5 places, and he's still pressuring IC4P4 at the moment. Remember, this is only the sprint race. There will be another race after this, which is the feature race. Hoping for a dry session in the feature race. Gives us a little bit of a difference. I like to see the wet. I like to see how the drivers can adapt to these conditions. But I also like to see how fast they can go when the track is dry. And they can really show their racing prowess. This is like Man Machine's just sitting behind Louis Bolton, not able to make a move just yet. Carrera obviously not, but I did it again, obviously. Stop saying obviously. Carrera in P10, the last points paying position, is chasing down Mark as well. This little train is the closest battle on field at the moment. As I say that, Perfect Paulie is within half a second now. So Harrence has had either an issue, or Paulie has just found some additional pace, just found that rhythm in the wet conditions, because he looks like he's gaining and gaining. He's just, it looks like corner entry, he's controlling that braking a little bit better. and making sure that he's carrying that additional momentum through the corner. Perfect Paulie takes the fastest lap with a 38.3. He's up in the slipstream of the Virtuosi car. He's going to look up the inside. He's going to pull out and onto the wetter part of the track. He's going to brake into the braking zone and over the curb. I'm looking at the wrong camera. It looks like Harrens is going to hold the position as he goes off into the green apron and just loses a little bit of time. But Perfect Paulie is a man on a mission and he will be back again. So Harrens, do not relax. Actually, as Harrens goes a little bit wide and a little bit twitchy, it's going to give Perfect Paulie another opportunity. Maybe not round this corner, but up into the corkscrew. He will have an opportunity, I think, because he does have that additional pace that Harris just doesn't seem to have right now. As we look further down, I think a couple of cars pitting, Empraise and Sinbad Chef pitting. It looks like they possibly have damage. Or they are trying to pit onto the dry tyre, but it is definitely not ready for the dry tyre as we can still see the rain coming down. So as we come to about halfway in the race, if we do have anybody in chat, I know we only have 7 viewers here. Most of you are probably in the race. And this is for your external viewing pleasure after the race, I assume. But anyone in chat wants to leave their predictions who they think is going to clinch this one. I do think it's going to be between Paulie and Harrence, as they are 3.5 seconds now nearly ahead of Centurion in P3. As I'll jump off that battle, I've been giving them a lot of screen time. I'll jump aboard with the Fletch and Icy battle. It looks like no one's been making a move there. Maybe Louis Bolton is ready for a move on JPMCC as they come onto the main straight. That that car, the JPMCC car, looks a bit like an old Red Bull. I have a message from Praise. Ah! Okay, everyone, you're going to check my messages with me. Does he need an invite, I wonder? Where's messages? Oh, okay, he doesn't have a... I wasn't sure he was able to. I don't know if he's got me as a friend. Sorry, guys, I'm missing all the fun. Praise, where are you? Maybe I can do it from Race Direct. I'm sorry, but look, they're going wheel to wheel, Louis Bolton and JPMCC. They're going to go wheel to wheel, where they're going to keep it clean. Louis Bolton pulls out just a little bit to give that extra space, but he's going to try and attack again down into the DRS zone. Obviously no DRS this time, but he will try and attack this position because he really wants to get up into P7. It's going to bolster his starting position in the feature race, but he's not going to be able to get past this time. I am going to have to try and get... Oh, God. I don't have him as a friend, Praise! Just join! Nah, mate, you're going to have to join off someone or get someone from a party to add you, because I can't spend the time sending you, adding you as a friend and getting the invite out, so you'll just have to find another way in, unfortunately, mate. So back to the action. Someone we haven't been on board with at the moment. Laser up 5 positions, just clawing for P10 at the moment. Is gaining on Carrera a bit. Carrera, a big loser, losing 8 positions off the start of the race. Sorry, I'm just going to eat a quick chip. I made too much food that I couldn't eat in the time that I had before the race. I made a boo-boo. We have a yellow flag in Sector 3. It's just someone coming into the pit, so it looks like Ember Chaos is retiring from the session. Invite me, go to chat with me, and then on the profile to invite my internet ripped off. I tried that. It wouldn't let me click your profile, look. Ah, no, don't do that. No, it won't let me click your profile, mate. Oh, mate. There you go. We should make the lobby open usually, so that people can join. So hopefully we'll get Praise back in the session. He is 24 seconds back now from Shaney, so it's going to be a tough ride for him. No, it's okay, mate. My apologies. I should have learned to do it better. But what we'll do for next time, we'll make sure everyone's got Stream as a friend, and then it'll be easy. Someone diving into Fletch diving into the pits there. So it looks like these wet tyres aren't going to go the whole race by the looks of it, as Icy sets a fastest lap on him up into P3 now. But a few cars pitting. It might be that they have damage. It might just be, as Perfect Paulie going again. Oh, they're going for the dry tyre. Oh, yeah, okay. So while all that's been going on, it does look like the rain has cleared up slightly, but the track doesn't look extremely dry. And the fact that Icy just set the fastest lap on that wet tyre really does make me believe that maybe the track isn't fully as dry as we would think just yet, as he goes purple in Sector 1 as well. But it will be interesting to see this. So I'm going to jump on board with Perfect Paulie as he's squiggly out the pits. This will be a good indication of if the track is dry enough for these dry tyres. He will gain a lot of time if it is, but he will also lose a lot if it isn't. I can still see spits of rain on the camera though, so it does make me think that it might have been an early call on that soft tyre. But we'll keep an eye on his progress, as Icy has massively made gains on Centurion now. Only 4 tenths back from the driver ahead of him. He's going to not make a move this time, but in the DRS down the main straight, I think he will have an opportunity to. You can just see his pace now once he's been released from behind Fletch, it was. He's obviously going to have a look. So we'll stay on board just here with this battle just to see if we can catch the overtake. I can't see anyone else on track looking like they're about to. Perfect Paulie. So let's have a look, see who else actually went. Oh, so they're all pitting in for softs now, so it looks like the soft tyre is the tyre to go on, as the leaders, all 3 of the podium places, come in. Deathwing also, it looks like we'll see a cascade of cars now pull into the pits. Carrera also into the pits, Laser into the pits, Man Machine not close enough to the pits, but he's going into the pits, Shaney into the pits. So there we go. Perfect Paulie is going to inherit the lead of this race, I think, as Harrence is in the pit. Centurion's jumped him in the pit. No, he hasn't. So as we see Perfect Paulie come, so actually Perfect Paulie's pulled off the perfect strategy, and that's because he's perfect. He's going to be coming around the mountain when he comes. Chat has frozen on stream and I don't know why. How do I update this? Yeah, so Perfect Paulie's taking the lead of the race. Harris comes out in P2. Fletcher's inherited P3. Centurion now out of the podium positions into P4, and Icy in P5. They've got 1 lap fresh as softs. We've got 4 laps remaining. So I don't expect another stop now. So that's everyone on the dry tyre. It's still going to be a little bit damp out there off the racing line, so they do have to be careful not to spin. As Fletch is pulling up in the slipstream. DRS now available. Still specks of rain on the camera screen you might still be able to make out, but the sun rays bursting through the clouds onto the drivers' faces. They'll have all had their wet visors on, so they might be struggling a little bit now to see as that sun comes through. They might not have their protective layers on, so it might be a little bit blinding as they come through some of the corners. But we're on board with Fletch, who is going to have DRS on Harrence in the Virtuosi car, who was leading this race for so long. Perfect Paulie sets the fastest lap. DRS open for Fletch. Up into the slipstream. Fastest lap taken for Fletch with the Van Amersfoort Racing Team. He's going to go up the inside, and he's going to go on the inside line. He's going to brake later into the corner, but the Virtuosi car is still there, and he's not, and Fletch is past, and will hopefully want to drive off into the distance. Centurion now 3 seconds back from the podium, which he once was on. As Icy is still putting a lot of pressure on him on the Charouz racing car. Again, another team to score no points. So both of those non-point scoring teams in the points at the moment in this sprint race at Spain, the Circuit de Barcelona de Catalunya. So Sinbad, Chef down the bottom, went onto the hards. Obviously didn't think that when he was pitting that the soft was going to make it all the way, and didn't want to go on for another set of wets. But that's obviously going to mean he's very slow. I assume we've got praise back in the session. It's hard to tell, so looks like a big change of movement here. Looks like someone's off, and that's JPMC going past Shaney. And at the top of the top of the field, it's still Harrence chasing down Fletch. 3 to go.
Once Perfect Paulie crosses the line, it will start lap 11. So 3 to go now. Perfect Paulie sets fastest lap of a 1:30. Fletch takes it with a 1:29.1. Anyone else going to try and snatch that mantle away? No, not just yet. But Icy is past Centurion. That's happened on that lap. I didn't see that happen. But Shaney's about to go. Is up into the slipstream of the Charoux racing car. Into the not the hairpin, the chicane section. They are going to have DRS, but he is going to have Louis Bolton with DRS behind him as well, pressuring down into turn 1. So this is going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here. So we see Shaney holds the position, and Louis Bolton not able to. Oh no, Shaney takes a position for JMC, and Louis Bolton unable to capitalise on the battle in front to gain any additional positions there. Up at the front though, the gap has stretched out a little bit. Perfect Paulie, 1.5 second lead, but Fletch setting purple sectors, setting the track alight. As he comes round into the third sector, the 3 leaders separated by around 2 seconds each. Everyone else on the field similarly spaced, except for this battle here for P10. Louis Bolton and JPMC. Louis Bolton actually passed JPMC and up into P11, chasing down Shaney now for P10. But not much going on now. This tends to happen with the F2 races. There are explosions at the beginning, and then all of a sudden they'll stretch out and everyone will fall into their pace. Especially now, obviously, with the soft tyre on. You know, it's a comparative. Everyone's pace is kind of comparative on the wets because no one really drives in the wet. So you can kind of find drivers stepping up and putting in those performances. But when you slap those soft tyres on, all of that goes out the window, and the people that are quick. Actually, we jump on board with Louis Bolton, who's they're swerving. They're both swerving. Shaney swerving to try and break that slipstream. How many swerves has he allowed? Louis Bolton's going to have a look up the inside. He's going to brake a little bit later. Shaney's still there. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Both stay on the track. Both keep it clean. And that's going to open the opportunity for JPMC to have a little sniff as well. Louis Bolton's lost a lot of time to Shaney there in that move. Shaney having the better racing line through the corner. 2 to go now. We're halfway through it for our leaders. 1.4 seconds to lead in the front. But this is the battle we want to be watching. P10. This is Shaney, Louis Bolton and JPMCC fighting out for P10 on track. And I believe it's like P4 or P5 for the race. Because they do something about sprinting. Oh, it looks like Shaney's had a little bit of an off. Louis Bolton's going to have a little sniff. No going just yet. But DRS down this back straight. JPMC really close on the back of Louis Bolton now, but none of them are going to look up the inside. They're all going to say, oh, and there's contact! Louis Bolton off into the wall. JPMC looks like he's coming to the back, and it looks like he's got a little bit of front wing damage himself. He's wobbling all over the road, but that could allow Shaney now to take that P10 spot. Unfortunate for Louis Bolton there, who was on for a really good finish, and possibly some points there for the Van Amersfoort racing team, but that's all gone up in smoke now as he sees his car facing the wall. As we start the final lap now, Perfect Paulie still in the lead of this one by 1.1 seconds. Fletch chasing him down now, not got very long to do it. He wants to get in that DRS zone for the one last time. He is going to do it. It looks like he's going to break that 1 second mark, but it's not going to be close enough to make that move, and it's an extremely difficult track to overtake when it comes into the final sector. But that DRS is going to be wide open as they come down the back straight. It's not open, so no, he didn't make the 1 second gap in the DRS straight, but he has gone purple through that final sector. He's taken another 10th out of Perfect Paulie, as we will jump on board with Paulie to watch him as he does the final sector to take home the win in the sprint race. And it looks like Fletch is not going to have enough unless Perfect Paulie really throws his car off the track now for no reason. But there he goes through the final few corners, power back down, round the final right-hander, over the curb, and he is going to come across the line to win the sprint here in Spain, followed by Fletch, and then Harrance, who was leading the race for the longest time, is going to come home P3, IC in P4, Centurion P5, once was on the podium but now off it, Deathwing in P6, no position changes there with those penalties. OWR Mark hoping to take a position off Deathwing, across the line he comes, he doesn't, he finishes P7. OWR Laser is going to be coming across the line in P8 in his purple car, which is a Trident car. He's going to come across the line in P8. Carrera in P9. Shaney, he's going to hold off a gaggle of cars behind him to come across the line in P10. But is JPMC going to have anything to say about that? He's not going to have enough time to get past JPMC in 11, Man Machine in P12, Sinbad come across the line for P13, and then unfortunate for some, Louis Bolton is going to come across the line in P14. Was looking to have a much higher finish there, but contact towards the end means he is... yeah, I agree. Captain Bullet Beer shouldn't have been that close to the breaker zone, and obviously, like I say, Louis Bolton was unable to finish the race higher up because of that. And then across the line comes Praise, who obviously was disconnected earlier on in the race. But is back in now, I believe. If not, please let me know in chat that you're not, so I can get you back in or try and get you back in again. Fletch gets driver of the day. Brilliant drive though from Fletch, actually. If I remember rightly, he started towards the top, lost a few positions, and sort of fought his way back through the course of the race. And again, everyone, that is only the sprint race this evening, so we do have a feature race to come. Slightly longer with a mandatory pit stop. Oh, this watermelon Red Bull is good. I don't like watermelon flavoured things, but you should try it, guys. It's really good. What I am going to do is I can hear chats popping off on other things. What I am going to do is I am just going to mute my mic for a couple of minutes. Actually, I'll give you a quick rundown of the final positions there in the sprint race. We're going to have a few minute break before we go into the feature race, and I'm going to munch on some chicken whilst that happens. But Perfect Paulie takes the win in the sprint race here at Barcelona. Fletch in P2, Harrance leading the race for such a long time in P3. OWR Icy in the contention battle for the championship at the moment in P4. Centurion, a great drive from him in P5. Obviously lost some positions, but lost a position, but still a great drive to finish where he has done. Deathwing in P6, started in P7, so gained 1 position. Mark gained 2 in P7. OWR Laser in P8. Carrera in P9. Shaney P10. JPMC C at the end there. A little bit of contact, but finishing P11. Man Machine in P12. Sinbad in P13, and Louis Bolton rounds out P14, and actually Prey rounds out the grid at P15. And there was one retirement in that race, but I cannot remember who it was. It was someone, but it looks like a dry race, so none of this wet shenanigans we've had the first time. So everybody, if you want to pop in chat and let us know who you think's going to win this race after you've seen that sprint. I'm not sure what the grid is just yet. Maybe I can put the grid up, and this is what the grid should be for this race. Maybe. Yes, this looks like what the grid will be for the race. Fletch in P1, Mark P2, Icy in P3, Deathwing in P4, Louis Bolton P5, AVR EM Praise in P6. Obviously going to want to be doing a lot better this race. Hopefully no connection issues for him. Centurion P7, Perfect Paulie P8, Carrera P9, Harrance in P10, Shaney P11, Man Machine P12, Ember Chaos P13, JPMCC P14, Sinbad Chef 15, and OWR Laser rounds out the grid in P16. Rightio, lads. Actually, I'm not going to be able to eat any chicken because it looks like we're going straight for the race. So let's do it. I am going to eat a piece of chicken whilst they drive around for the formation lap, though. So, ow! fire up my chicken break there to see what I was seeing. Who's that Aaron? Laser sim. How many cars around the side? This is a formation lap, boys. No! Not be restart! No! I assume that's what's happening. I can hear beeping things on Discord. Oh, boys, I have a life, you know. I want to play Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, okay, let's get I'm not in the F2 chat. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm back in the microphone seat. We're still waiting for the lobby to be filled up and get going again. The feature race will be 19 laps long, so slightly longer. There will be one mandatory pit stop required by all drivers, so you'll see a lot of them start on the mediums, a lot of them start on the softs. I believe it is a soft medium track here. They do have the option of the hard tyre as well. The hard tyre is much slower, but will go much longer. Oh, see, my favourite thing about the highlight clips is the little transitions between clips, like little anime ones. I quite like them. Let's see when the next one comes up. Do like a little whooshy noise as well. So, whoosh. What were we even watching there? Oh, we're watching them come across the line at the end of the sprint race. That's what we're seeing. There, see, oh, flame! I do see a few green ticks starting to appear now on the lobby server, so I think it will be very shortly that we get underway. There will be a couple minutes just for the drivers to get their setups on and get their heads back in the game before we go racing again. I also got myself a yogurt whilst I was out in the kitchen, putting the plate back, because, you know, froyo, yo-yo, YOLO. I got one of those Audi split pots. I like them in the corners, but not in the corners. And I've just got yogurt on my face. So, does everybody lick the lid of the yogurt? So when you take the yogurt off, does everyone lick the lid? Because I mean, I can't not lick the lid. For all in context, no guys. But let me know if you're a lid licker. That sounds funny. Lid licker. I like it when people refer to racing helmets as lids. I like that. And they go, ah, that's a nice lid. I like to move it. I like to move it. We like to move it. I 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 like to. Put your fucking hands up. Boop, boop, boop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, I don't know about you lads, but I'm raving. Yummy, yummy yogurt. Yummy, yummy yogurt. Yummy yogurt for me. Does anybody watch Outback Opal Hunters? Because there's a new series apparently out tonight on Discovery. Looks like we've lost a driver from the lobby now, so there's only 14 drivers in. We had 16 earlier, so we lost 2 by looks of it. But I would implore anybody in the lobby that is listening to the stream right now to hurry the fuck up! What about ASMR? Do people like ASMR? Because I feel like I could do some ASMR shit with this. I could like get my yogurt and do like a, you know, like a. Well, that sounded moist, didn't it? Moist yogurt. Oh, I hate that noise. No, I don't know actually. I find it quite relaxing, that noise of like... I'm getting too weird, guys. You need to tell me in chat because I'm sat on my ones here. Someone put something in the chat so that I know it's still working. I know the one on screen isn't working, but the one on my little side bit it should be. Oh, looks like we're going to go ahead feature race with 14 drivers. Well, I'd rather we go with 14 than wait for any more to come because, you know. Oh, look, there's a picture of a guy swallowing. Oh, I don't know what he's swallowing. He's swallowing something. It looks like Teddy though. Fat Ted, you know. I know the chat's not working, but you can still see the chat in the side chat. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't fix the one on the screen, but we can still talk in the chat box on the side. You can't see what you're typing. Yes, you can. I came in and had a look a minute ago. So I'm going to gobble down the rest of this creamy white liquid. 1 second. She thinks she's so funny. She thinks she's so funny, right? But when I decide not to marry her because she's so funny, then she'll be angry that she was putting things in the chat that saying she can't hear me either when she fucking can. Because I might just forget to buy a ring. She also needs to take the dog out as well. She's trying to make me do it, even though I'm live streaming. I am seeing... oh, the dog's appeared. We are going to get going again now, guys. So I'm going to jump back over to the race lobby. I'm not going to jump over just yet, actually. I'm just going to get the stream ready to go on my secondary monitor. Ember Chaos has left the session already. That is a great sign. And then you'll be homeless and single. What? Because I don't take the dog out? Is that what you're saying? You're saying if I don't take the dog out, I'm going to be homeless and single. Good one. So we are going to get going again now. I have brought back up the screen. I'm going to try and put the new chat box in, see if it does work now. I don't know what that is. Some sort of text or an alert. See if the chat bot will work now. Let's put you up here where it was before. Save that. Let's get going again with the racing. Oh, first time. We got a first time commenter there. Megs May 99. Lovely to have you in chat. Would appreciate a follow. That would be fantastic. You know, it's free. It's free to do a follow. But why is chat not working? I've got a couple minutes here. Let's see if I can weasel my way around it again. Add layer. Let's put a chat box in. Oh, we had a subscription, but a follow. But my little, I don't know if it happened because I was in the edit mode. Oh no. Did it show? Did it show like a little car doing a thing? Why is that moving that? Ah, it was worth a try. Ah, I'm breaking everything now. I'm clicking too many buttons, trying to make things work. Gameplay with border. Let's put the chat box back in. Where is it? Chat box is massive. We don't want a massive chat box, we just need a small chat box. Squeeze into there. Okay, someone put something in chat now. Again. Let's see if that works. I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Absorbed in yellow and forest is he. SpongeBob SquarePants. If not a cool nonsense, be something you wish. SpongeBob SquarePants. Then drop on the deck and flop like a fish. Here we go for another race. F2 in Spain. As we see the weavy cars weaving down the track for their formation lap 19, lap 16 drivers we have lost. It looks like we have lost Praise. No, EVM and Praise. We've lost somebody. Just one driver we've lost. But if someone wants to put something in chat for me, I would be massively appreciated just to see if the chat box is working again now. If not, I am at a loss, and I think it would just be something I'll have to fix for the next session. No, next week. If someone could come and get the dog out of the room, he's whining at the door. That'd be fantastic. If not, I'll just I'll pet him. He can sit on my lap if he wants. As you can see at the bottom, whilst they're on the formation lap, we do have our schedule of what we stream on a weekly basis. F2 is not every Wednesday, but usually every other Wednesday, and that's at 8:30 as it started tonight. Division 1 race on Saturday night at 9 PM, and Division 2, our most watched series at the moment, and our most race series at the moment. We have 20 drivers every week. It's competitive, close racing, with a little bit of carnage sprinkled in for fun. They race on Sundays at 8:30. And it'll be me and Dolphin in the box this Sunday. Whilst we're on the formation lap, also, I am going to check the Arsenal score. This could make me really, really sad, but it could also make me really happy as well. Oh, fuck off! They've smashed us. Okay, we're not going to win the league anymore. We're not going to win the league. What a shame. Gemma, come get the dog out! So here we go. We are ready at the start of the feature race here in Spain. We're going to be watching from the, hopefully, what will be a nice camera angle as we see them race down into turn 1. Yes. As someone stood at my door staring at me, I don't know what to do about it. I can't. As we, for whatever reason, the race isn't about to start. It looks like everyone is on the grid, but and we do see their tyres. Fletch opted to start on the hard, Mark on the soft. He's going to have a much better getaway than Fletch. Migrating host. Icy has left the session. We'll get him back in as the lights go out. Chaos has left the session. Icy's joined, so okay, it looks like we're still going to be going. I've kind of missed the start there, and it's not giving me a great angle, but we see what we see. We see too wide at the back there between Harrant and Fletch. Fletch losing a lot of positions off the start. Mark making a great start on those soft tyres and getting well ahead. Fletch all the way down on those hard tyres, down into P5 as there's a scrap coming through the first sector. Too wide again. We see teammates next to each other, so many of the same colour car, lots of orange cars, a little bit of pinch in there on the plain white car. I think that's Armstrong's car. But they are going to come down that. It looks like Man Machine and AVR and Praise are going to be wheel to wheel into the corkscrew, but Man Machine's going to get ahead. Oh, Man Machine's actually round and he's causing a pile up, and there's cars driving into him, and there's going to be damage there through the field. So there's going to be a lot of pit stops happening very shortly, I think. So as you see, Fletch, obviously big loser off the start. We'll have a quick look at those position changes. Losing 5 off the start. Harrent's gaining 5 off the start, but on those soft tyres, it looks like someone's gone wide. Perfect Paulie's gone wide, and the two that were battling out in the sprint race are now going to be battling out in the feature race as well. Perfect Paulie opted for the long strategy, whereas Fletcher's opted for the early pit strategy. So it looks like it'll be a soft, hard run in the race. I'm going to type a message in chat to see if it's working. 5-second penalty for OWR IC for a severe collision with Laser. Will this come up on screen? No, I've broken chat boxes for some reason. I don't know how, but I have. So as we see, it looks like Fletch and Harrent's going wheel to wheel. There's a little bit of contact as you see Fletcher's hand goes up, but they are going to get past clean. That Perfect Paulie's going to be on the inside of Harrent's, and we're watching from the back of Fletcher's car. Perfect Paulie's got the inside line, but a little bit of a squiggle on the exit gives Harrent's a chance to get the traction down and get the power on. But look, again, Paulie's going to look up the inside, but I think Harrent's is going to get that position and hold it now. OWR, Laser and Sinbad Chef are... it's strange, IC's dropped massively down to the back of the field there, but it said that he had a severe collision with Laser. So I'm unsure as to whether the collision has caused that for him to drop that back, but then a harsh penalty if so. But this is, we are on board with Laser, who's looking to go around the outside of Shaney in the newly reprofiled Sector 3. There is contact, and there is Laser off into the wall, and that's going to be back to the back of the grid for Laser. Icy regaining that position now, but that was Shaney coming together with him there. Sinbad Chef in front of Shaney is looking a bit squiggly through the chicanes, and DRS is now enabled, so it will be available now, I believe, or is it one more lap before? Yeah, they'll get it on the second DRS straight on this on the lap. Oh God, there's a chest of drawers there. Things have calmed down quite quickly. Obviously, this is one of the closest lanes to retire from the session after that incident now. Shady and Sinbad Chef inside of each other just then. They had the wheel lock, and then that's Man Machine on the inside. And through goes Man Machine! On Sinbad Chef. Oh, and he's going to try it, dive up the inside. That is a late move, and it's it looks like it was a safe move. But Sinbad Chef just sort of, or is it Shaney, just sort of bailed out of the move thinking, oh shit, there's a car at my inside, and has driven off the track. But it's a great little dive bomb from Man Machine. Respectful in all its intents and purposes. Perfect Paulie's off, and oh, Perfect Paulie's into the wall. Perfect Paulie's into the wall in the Carlin racing car. He needs to be careful now. Let's come back onto the racing line. There's cars all about, and there's a big crash behind him. And that's another 2 cars there. That looks like Man Machine and Shaney have come together again. Well, not come together again, but they're both off and at the back of the grid. So compared to that first race when we had that wet rain, we had rain and it was wet. When the cars were nice, clean and safe, we've seen more incidences in this dry patch today. I think it's the hard tyre. Hard tyre is a difficult tyre to try and switch on and get the best out of. And we find that... pardon me. We find that IC and Carrera down at the back of the point scoring positions on the back of Sinbad Chef. They're going to try and make it 3 wide. Is IC going to stick it around the outside? He does. They're both on the hard tyres. I think they're all on the hard tyres there. So no tyre advantage for anyone at this point, but they are going to carry on battling. It looks like Ember Chaos and Perfect Paulie are all on the back of this battle as well. Perfect Paulie gets past Ember Chaos after he gets a little bit squiggly on the traction. As we watch from Perfect Paulie's car, the battle that ahead of us, we'll have a quick look at the TV cameras and see what we're seeing. Lots of Red Bull cars, lots of Red Bull livery cars, all different. So this is why it's hard to commentate on F2, because you can never tell which team's which, because they all have different bloody liveries, except Red Bull, they're all the same, but they're obviously different teams. But this battle again, there's going to be DRS train forming now as we jump on board with Sinbad, and we watch from his rear wing. Very skinny rear wing on his car. HRT, is it? Is this high tech? Are they high tech? I don't know who they are. But that is icy round the outside. and there's a little bit of squiggles. He goes a little bit wide, he's going to lose a little bit of time, and I think these Sinbad's going to be able to hold that position now. Oh, and it looks like Perfect Paulie's trying to get in on the action and try and sneak around in the chicane. This is not the best place to try and overtake, but look, there we got a gaggle of 5 cars coming through the final corner. And as I look at the timer screen ahead, Centurion right on the back of Fletch. I don't want to move away from what we're watching just now, as we followed it through the last bit of the lap. That is Icy going on the inside of Sinbad Chef, but right behind Man Machine's even going to make a look at Perfect Paulie. Perfect Paulie's not going to be close enough to make a move on anyone just yet, but looks like they're all going to squeeze through. Icy gets past Sinbad Chef. Sinbad Chef's out of the wiggle, but everyone else squeezes past, and no one has been collected by the sidewaysness of Sinbad Chef. Perfect Paulie been taken by Man Machine now as well. So Man Machine and Icy teammates now 9th and 10th on the racetrack. Work together now to pull away from the rest of the pack and try and extend a gap. As we look at Louis Bolton, who's having an inconspicuous race, he's lost 1 position so far. 1.4 seconds back, oh no, half a second back from Harrence, who is 1.4 back from Centurion. Harrence, who had such a dominant sprint race to begin with, leading the race for so long, looks like he's struggling a little bit in this completely dry session, as up at the top, Mark still in the lead by about half a second over Deathwing. Is putting in those laps that he needs to make sure that he comes home on the top step of the podium today. Looks like there's some more battling going on the bottom here. Perfect Paulie's back past Man Machine and his sights set on Icy. DRS zone coming up, so we will expect to see some more overtakes coming into that. As we look at Louis Bolton, actually, as they say that on the DRS zone, not close enough to Harrence, and Prey's not close enough himself. Let's have a look at the front battle. It is Deathwing chasing down OWR Mark. Both of them on the soft tyre, so both of them will be looking to pit shortly, I assume, onto the hard or medium tyre, depending on what their tyre wear has been looking like over the last few laps. Looks like Praise is close the gap on Louis Bolton. Man Machine picks up a penalty, and that's not going to help him in that close fought battle at the bottom of the points paying positions. We are on board with Praise now, who's going to use the DRS coming out of the corkscrew. DRS now open. I think he's going to look to make a move here, but it's a really difficult corner to get a move done because that DRS straight is just not long enough. Just not enough time to get the car alongside enough to make that move. Looks like Icy's got past Carrera. I think Carrera's probably had a bit of a mishap there. He's lost quite a lot of time to the cars around him. Paulie not close enough to capitalise on Carrera's mistake if there was one. But Icy has gained a position and up into P8. And again, we look at the lead now, just 3.5 tenths as they come down to the first corner. I don't know if Deathwing's going to have enough, but he's going to put his nose up there, but he thinks better of it. He thinks, oh, I've got to save this for another time. Shaney, 3-second time penalty for pitting. But that looks like Fletch in the pits, but Louis Bolton has got past, oh no, EV and Praise has got past Louis Bolton. I picked that up just at the end of the move. There's Fletch in the pits. Is going to be coming out on a fresh set of tyres. We'll see what he goes on to. It looks like he's put the... Don't know what he's put on just yet. It will tell me in a second. Softs. So softs aren't going to go to the end. We're looking at the soft runners now on 6-lap-old tyres. They are really starting to struggle quite a bit. Well, not too much, but Deathwing is in a position now that he might have an attack down into... Oh, Shaney's retired from the session in the pits there, so no more participation from Shaney. He's had a bit of a torrid time today. A few incidences. But this is the battle for the lead. Both cars still to pit. Most cars still to pit, and Fletch the only one that doesn't need to pit now, but we probably will need to because of tyre wear. Oh, big yawn, sorry. So I can hear people talking about me in the background. Apparently I'm sitting here doing nothing. Very rude of them to say, but we are Deathwing going around the outside as Mark's forced him round, but he's got that straight line speed with the DRS. He is going to be passed before the apex of the corner there, and he's going to hold that. And Deathwing will take the lead, but it looks like he's gone a little bit slow out the corner of the exit there. It's like lifted a slight bit, so Mark might have an opportunity to attack back. just the tyres aren't giving them as much grip as they needed now, so they're just both finding it a little bit more difficult to get the car around the track. As we jump on board Perfect Paulie again, who had a really good sprint race and a really good race last week, but oh, he's I've jumped on his good save there from Paulie. I mean, it's not going to help his race, but it is better. Bye, Meg. But we jump back on board with this battle, and it is Mark is going to go up the inside into the corner. I said it's really hard to overtake on. He's not going to get just close enough yet, but he is going to have a better chance, maybe around the outside. He's going to go for the switchback, but no, it's not able to be pulled off. I think he's got to wait for the DRS zone and try and get past there. Is going to be his best opportunity. So we've got momentous 5 viewers at the moment. Amazing stuff. So we are about halfway through the race now. So it's shaping up to be a good one for the lead at the moment. Mark not able to get past F-Wing just yet. Obviously Mark was leading from the start. Took Fletch off the line, but that was a tyre advantage. Fletch obviously having issues and finding himself at the back of the grid at the moment, but has pitted for a set of softs. Oh, pardon me. As everything else is sort of quieting down now, we're looking at the only battle on track is being that lead battle. Of Sinbad Chef is about half a second back from Ember Chaos at the back of the grid, but and gaining. Oh, those 8-lap-old softs are really not giving much to the drivers now. Sinbad Chef looking really racy against Ember Chaos here. Will have to pit Sinbad as he's not swapped off the hards off his start. But we'll jump back onto that lead race. Mark still not close enough, but Mark's diving up the inside. I really quite like the look of Deathwing's car as well. It's kind of like Alpha Tauri looking. If you were going to say any car looked like the Alpha Tauri, it'd be that one. But Mark only 2.5 tenths off the back of Deathwing. He's so close that he can smell the exhaust. As they both dive into the pits, both thinking it's the right time. Centurion also decides to pit. Harrods also decides to pit. Praise obviously on the hard tyre is going to continue and take the de facto lead of the race. Louis Bolton into the pits. Icy's not going to pit. Carrera and Paulie are not going to pit. So this is where we'll start to see the tyre strategy come into play a little bit. The hard runners obviously are going to take the track position, but we'll need to pit again. So we'll be fighting back against the drivers who started on the softs towards the end of the race. God, I'm so yawny. Apologies. Anyone going to be racing on pit exit? Looks like Ember Chaos is going to be coming down the straight. I want to see if anyone's coming out of the pit. It looks like there is a car coming out of the pit. They're going to go wheel to wheel on pit exit, but it looks like Centurion is going to hold that position. I think it's Centurion, or is it Ember? Yeah, Centurion there is going to hold P7 and not lose that track position to Ember Chaos and Sinbad Chef. Sinbad Chef looking racy, trying to cut back up on the inside, but he's not going to get the move done. Obviously he does still need to pit as well, and so does Ember Chaos. Ember Chaos' tyres must be screaming at him, saying, "Take me off! Take me off! I'm melting!" Wheel to wheel into the corkscrew. A little bit of grass for Sinbad Chef. There was an incident ahead. It looks like it's Deathwing. It's Deathwing's going slow. Looks like Deathwing has lost position to Mark and Centurion there. He must have had a slight off through the corkscrew, but he is going to lose what would be the lead of the race. So at the moment it looks like the de facto lead is in the hands of Mark. So when all the other cars decide to pit, which is now the hard tyres are pitting in for their softs. So Mark will take the lead of the race. Centurion will be in P2 and Deathwing will be in P3, but Deathwing was in the lead of the race when they started that pit stop strategy. Dolphin has invited me to a party. Does he want to join me for the F2, I wonder? Let's see if I can get him in. He's going to be upset though. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Oh no, I accidentally started Hogwarts Legacy. That's not good. What is going on with my Xbox? I don't want to play Hogwarts Legacy! This is Dolphin's fault. It's all Dolphin's fault. I blame Dolphin 100% for trying to invite me to a party. I don't know how Icy's managed to do that whilst driving. For some reason, it's like everything's just... I have to tap the control about 50 times for it to do anything. Dolphin, if you're in the stream, mate, I would join the party, but it's being dodgy as shit. So we left that with the pits taking place. It was a lot of the cars changing from the... Fuck's sake, okay. What do you want? I'm streaming. What do you want, Dolphin? I'm streaming. You're going to be live on stream, whatever you say. And if you're all mopey and horrible and shit, you can just leave. We lost, I get it.
Definitely wasn't me.
Huh? Are you going to be all mopey or are you going to be okay?
Can you hear me, Hypers?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Hypers is too angry with the Dolphinator.
No, can you not hear me?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. It's because... Oh, mate. I'll have to do it for another way. It doesn't work this way. Okay, well, I don't know if you can hear me. You can probably hear me on stream. I am talking. I'd need to... Who the fuck is Etmex? Why have I got people joining? So we need to find out what's going on after my little foray onto Hogwarts Legacy. To show everyone, yeah, good, leave, mate, leave, get out of here. Perfect Paulie's taking the lead of the race. 11 lap old hard hasn't pitted yet, so we'll need to pit before the end of the race. Mark is now in P2, so de facto lead. Fletch again on those 5 lap old softs will probably need to pit again, but he does have a gaggle of cars behind him now. 6 laps to go. 7 laps to go, I mean. 8 laps to go. Some amount of laps to go. I will quickly see if I can get Dolphin into a party as he is here now. It might be worth me trying that. Windows G. Windows G, try and invite him to a party that way. But yeah, so tussle for the lead. Centurion there is going to be looking to get past Deathwing. Deathwing going to put up a fight now. Obviously, Deathwing was in the lead of the race at one point, having an incident that meant he was no longer in the lead of the race. So I've tried to invite Dolphin to another party now where he should be able to hear me. We'll find out what he does. I think he's joined. He has. So stream. Can you hear me now, Dolphin?
Well, me.
Can you hear me now?
You know, yeah, because I was inviting the wrong person, wasn't I?
Oh, is that what it was? No, I've invited you on the PC. So speak. Okay, yeah, I think we can hear you.
Oh, good.
How was the game? Did you watch it?
Load of wank.
Huh?
Load of wank.
Load of wank. We bad?
We weren't. Zaka was. Pony. We lost 3-1, but flattering to Man City, to be honest.
Oh, real. Or Perfect Paulie right on the back of Icy here. A little bit of traction loss. It's the title's still ours. Title's still ours.
No. We'll get top 4, mate. That's all we need to do. Top 4, that's all we need to guarantee. AVM praise is all over the back of Fletch. Where's the rest of the drivers? I thought Benson and all that were in.
I assume they were all watching the football, to be honest. I assume that's why we didn't have a full grid. Or there was some F1 racing going on somewhere that people wanted to watch. But I don't, or to play, I mean, not some F1 racing, some F1 driving. But Paulie and Icy are fighting it out at the moment. 5 laps to go. Did you see the stream at the beginning? I had like highlights and stuff from last week.
No, I was too busy watching Arsenal lose, mate.
Oh, well, I've got highlights and stuff from last week for the start and everything. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Praise is right on the back now. He's going to try and go around the outside of Fletch. But he's not going to be able to get past. Praise, obviously, in the sprint race, did not manage very well. Was disconnected from the game early on, but was not able to get back in until later on into the race. But he's doing a much better job now in P3.
Looks pretty quick on his F2 car.
Yeah,
to be fair.
He's been quick, but a few weird ones. So obviously, you wouldn't have known because you were watching it. But Perfect Paulie and Icy, they're actually battling out now. They're going to go wheel to wheel. I love that camera angle there. Lovely camera angle. I love that one. As you see him come out of the corner, and it looks like Perfect Paulie is going to be ahead, but Ice is going to try and hold it on the inside. They're still wheel to wheel. This is brilliant driving from the pair of them. Icy decides to cut back and take a little bit of the slipstream. Maybe save a little bit of tyre there, just behind Perfect Paulie. Centurion.
He's got wide.
Who?
Perfect Paulie's. Sorry, got a squiggly.
Oh, they're wheel to wheel. DRS for Icy.
Yeah, it was just the wrong angle for Icy, but yeah. You've done a stellar job on your own, by the way, Hypers, just so you know.
Oh.
Not that I've been watching, but I just know you have anyway. Are we still doing our live commentary?
Yeah.
At your house?
I'm going to be making the group chat for it tonight, so I'll add you in.
I cannot wait to come to yours, mate. It's going to be brilliant.
I'll hopefully have my actual microphone set up then as well. Yeah, Praise is real close, isn't he? Still no chance. But Mark started P2. He took the lead off the line. He was then overtaken by Deathwing later on in the race, but then regained the position from Deathwing.
No way that Mark in front.
Yeah, it is. He's smashing it.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark.
Maybe he didn't start in P2 because that says he's gained 5 positions, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was supposed to be racing CIR tonight, but I binned it off for the football. Joined my mate's party, and the race was just about to start. But apparently, the game's been having crazy issues. We started the race, and the safety car come out the pit twice and ruined everyone's race. So they've just been the race off.
Yeah, great game. We had a lobby restart here as well. Due to some connection issues as well, but we got going again within sort of 10-15 minutes, so it wasn't too bad. Only a couple more laps to go here in Spain. It looks like Mark has got a commanding lead at the front, 2.8 seconds or 2.7 seconds.
He's losing time though. He was 4 seconds ahead.
Yeah, so with that, what's that, 17.89, 3 laps to go. AVR Prey is going to have another look up the inside. This time it looks like he's going to get the move done, and he's going to be ahead as we go into the corner, but they're staying wheel to wheel. And on the outside, Fletch is going to be round the spoon, and it looks like Praise is ahead, but Fletch is not going to give up that easy. This is going to give a chance for Mark to stretch his lead out a little bit more, make sure that that is intact when it comes to the final lap.
Go on, Mark.
That's Harrence in the background as well, looking to make a move on Louis Bolton, but he's not really close enough. Icy and Perfect Paulie are still fighting it out for P8. And Centurion is still within a second of Deathwing as well. So there's still battles all across the field at the moment. Praise a big gainer though, 12 positions he's made.
Oh. Yeah, I think if there was one more lap, I think Praise might catch Mark here, but I really want Mark to win. Go on, Mark. Hypers?
Yes.
Oh, you are still there.
Yeah, I'm always here, mate.
He's
Sometimes.
caught him up really quick though on
Yeah,
that.
2.3.
last- Obviously, they have no ERS, do they?
No, so just DRS and yeah, it's all about driving style. That gains you speed around here, about carrying the momentum through the corner.
Yeah,
making
obviously now AVR Praise is heaping the pressure on Mark. Mark's nerves are going to be jangling, but he's keeping that distance for the W.
Oh, I just saw Louis Bolton spin. I've just jumped on board with him. He's got to be careful not to come back on
he's
track.
round.
He's got back on track safely now. So Perfect Paulie in OWR Icy's position. Fight has changed from P8 to P7. But that's going to go down to the last lap as well. Fletch is not giving up on Prey either. He's still within that second, and he's going to have DRS to regain some more of that time down the back straight. 2 seconds a gap out front with 1 and a bit laps to go.
Yeah, and this is where Praise seems to make all his time up on Mark. But is he going to catch the gap, close the gap enough? I don't think he is here, Hypers. I think the win here, if Mark can just bring it home, surely he's won. Oh, Praise is round!
Oh!
And that has gifted Mark surely now the victory.
Yep, Fletch takes
3 seconds.
P2. Oh, the
Mark
pressure
must
got
be
to
in
Praise
man.
there.
Yeah, Icy's all over the back of Perfect Paulie.
Yeah, so it's kind of happened in the sprint race as well. We got to the last like 2-3 laps and not much was going on. So the difference now is that we've got a lot of battles on track coming into this final lap. Icy is going to look up the inside of Perfect Paulie.
He's gone for
He
it.
broke a bit early. Perfect Paulie's going to hold the the inside line, and then looks like he's going to cover off. He's not covered off the inside line. He's letting Icy go up the inside. So Icy and Perfect Paulie are going to be going wheel to wheel as they come through the spoon and down into the turns 4, 5, and 6. Perfect Paulie holds the lead in that battle, though. Looks like this is going to be the closest battle on track as we finish the race. But I will jump on board with Mark momentarily as he rounds into the final sector in his car, which I cannot know the name of. All I know is Roy Nassani's car, whatever team that is. Yeah, I just don't know what team it is. But he will come across the line now, and I can still see from the timing screen that Icy is still putting the pressure on Perfect Paulie, but I don't want to jump off here. I want to give Mark all of the spotlight now as his car comes round the final corner to take the feature race win here in Barcelona. It is OWR Mark BHAFC to cross the line. P2 for Fletch, but taken by AVR and Praise because of penalties. Deathwing will come across the line in P4 and Centurion P5. Harrance P6 jumps up to P5. Centurion takes P6. Perfect Paulie's going to come across the line in P7, closely followed by OWR in P8. Louis Bolton a few spins in that race, but coming across the line in P9 is going to take home some points for the Van Morris race with the Spacing team. Carrera in P10. Sinbad Chef is going to come home in P11. Looks like Man Machine and Ember Chaos a long way back. Still making their way around the circuit in the final sector. Sinbad Chef will take the final non-point scoring position, or the first non-point scoring position in this F2 race. Man Machine now coming across the line is going to finish in P12, and then Ember Chaos coming through the chicane now. Ember, everyone's watching you to make sure. Oh, it's giving up. It's not letting him finish. It said you did not finish in time. But that's that. That was oh, he's out of fuel. Something's happening. But there we go, lads. That was OWR F2. Yeah, it was. It's been a long stream.
Mark.
We've been going nearly 2 hours.
I think this game's broken, mate. If I don't fix it by the weekend, I can see our races getting cancelled.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Well, like I said, in TIR, I wasn't racing tonight, but I joined the lobby late and joined into being back at the grid. We started the race with no formation lap because the game's broken. As everyone started, the safety car just jumped out on the track and the race got cancelled.
Well,
But
yeah,
apparently that had happened twice.
No, that's normal. That's normal for the safety car to lead out the grid, isn't it? But we'll discuss
Well,
that in
yeah,
just
I
a,
mean,
we'll
yeah,
discuss
yeah,
that in
in
just a second.
NASCAR.
Mark does take the victory in the feature race here this
Yes.
weekend. Praise in P2, Fletch in P3 to round out the podium. Deathwing P4, Harrence P5, Centurion P6, Perfect Paulie P7, OWR IC P8, Louis Bolton P9, Carrera P10, Sinbad P11, Man Machine in P12, Ember Chaos P13, Shaney P14, and then last but not least, I'm going to get there before it stops, it's going to be OWR Laser who did not finish the race. Woo! I'm not sure if we do... I don't know if I usually do interviews on a Wednesday. I don't know. Someone put in chat whether you want to do interviews or not, because we've been going 2 hours now, and I know people kind of like it, didn't they, when they get to be on stream and stuff. But to be honest, I'm cream crackered, my friends. I'm cream crackered like a cracker of cream. Do you know what? We'll round out the stream at 2 hours. I will try and get him in. Who was it? So it was Mark. I'll at least get Mark in. View gamer card. Invite to a party. Oh no, I can't because it's going to be all dodgy because I'm going to have to like... one sec. Mark. Oh, he's not even showing us online. Okay, screw it. We would usually do interviews at this point, but it's been a long stream, and we will save it, and I'll do some sort of race report for the Discord. But thank you all so much for joining us this evening for another round of Formula 2 racing. It's been an eventful one with lobby restarts, crashes, and unexpected winners in OWR Mark. But I thank everyone for coming. It's been an absolute pleasure, and obviously thank you for Dolphin for joining me for the last little bit just there to keep me company and keep me sane.
So chuffed for Mark, I am, by the way.
I don't know if you heard that, but I just let off a massive fart.
No, I didn't hear it, but I could smell it.
Oh, god damn. Well, you will do one day. As I mentioned earlier, we do have other racing coming up at the weekend. We have Division 1 racing on Saturday night at 9 PM. We again will be racing at Spain, same track as the F2 here. And then on Sunday at 8:30 will be Division 2, and it will be me and Dolphin in the box. I assume you're going to be available for that one, Dolphin?
Yeah, I'll be in the box this Sunday, mate, as long as the game isn't a complete mess.
Yeah, so
as
long as the game's not a complete mess and the race goes ahead, it will be myself and Dolphin in the box on Sunday. So please join us then for more Formula 1 action. And until then, from me, Hypers, and from him,
Dolphin.
Yep. That'll be a very good night. Stay safe, have fun, and don't do bad things. Goodbye.
Exactly, yeah. Bye.